Okay, so sorry everyone. Good morning everyone and a very warm welcome to all. This is our 297th virtual webinar. Firstly, a very happy Independence Day to all of you. Happy Independence Day, sir.
Happy Independence Day, everyone.
So, as we celebrated the 18th Independence Day of our nation, let us honor the sacrifice of our freedom fighters and remember the values of unity, courage, and responsibility that continue to shape our country. As the new generation, it is our responsibility to carry the legacy forward and contribute meaningfully to the growth and process of our nation. Before we begin started, I would like to share a few important points with all of you. If you have any queries or questions during the session, please feel free to raise your hand. This will help us maintain the flow of the session and ensure that we do not disturb the speaker and other participants. I would also request everyone to please turn on their cameras to make this session more interactive and engaging. Your participation and presence will surely encourage our speaker and make the session more meaningful. Kindly keep your microphones on mute during the presentation. You may unmute yourself whenever you would like to ask question or share something. Please turn on cameras, everyone. Okay, so now without taking any more time, I'm starting with today's session. My screen is visible to everyone, right?
No, Akshata, not.
Yes.
Okay. Topic for today is Serve the Nation, a career in the Indian Defense Forces, honor, leadership, and purpose. Which shall be taken by Commander R.S. Rathod, sir. Topic which will be covered in the session is Introduction of Commander, sir. A career in the Indian Defense Forces and different entry routes to join as an officer. How to apply and prepare for the armed forces. Brief introduction to the SSB interview, followed by question and answer session. Agenda for today's Sadgun Sang meet is virtual evaluation by Dr. Sundar Kataria sir, evoking the blessing of deity, Gayatri Mantra, introduction of speaker, presentation by Commander R.S. Rathod sir, question and answer session. About Sadgun Sang conceived and led by Dr. Sundar Kataria sir, driven with a mission to elevate the quality, safety, and environmental awareness levels of industry. Sadgun Sang is a series of educative, informative events aiming to illuminate professionals of possible solutions to current issues of industry and economy. Brief introduction of Dr. Sundar Sir, Chairman and Managing Director, International Certification Services Private Limited, Mechanical Engineer, AMIE, Honorary Doctorate, Business Management, experience in nuclear RAPP. He started his career in building India's first nuclear power plant at Rawat Bhata, Kota, Rajasthan, oil and gas, EIL. He contributed in developing India's first oil and gas field at Bombay High since its inception, DNV. He was head of industry and offshore development with DNV for 2 decades. About ICS, he is a founder of first Indian Conformity Assessment and Inception body known as International Certification Services Private Limited, which is a provider of a total quality solution under single umbrella with wide spectrum of services. Lifetime Achievement Award of NACA Corcon, received several international and national awards. Now, I request Dr. Sundar sir.
शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं गुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Please join us for the recitation of Gayatri Mantra. Introduction of the keynote speaker. Brief introduction of Commander R.S. Rathod sir, mentor of defense aspirants, proprietor of Defense Select Academy, Bhopal, Master of Business Administration, MBA, Human Resources, trained by the Defense Institute of Psychological Research, DIPR, for Armed Forces Officer Selection, experience and commission into the Indian Navy in 1988, served in the Indian Navy Flying Branch until 2001, served as a sector and assessing officer at the Services Selection Board SSB for 7 years, assist candidates at SSB Center in Bhopal, Bangalore, Coimbatore and Allahabad. Evaluate the personalities and officer potential of thousands of armed forces aspirants. Took premature retirement for the Indian Navy in 2010. 16 plus years of experience mentoring and training aspirants for NDA, CDS, AFCAT and SSB interviews, has guided 1,000+ candidates who went on to become officers in the armed forces, author of a book on SSB interview preparation, with its 5th edition published in August 2024. Welcome, Commander Sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much. And happy Independence Day to all the participants in this meeting. And it's a great privilege to be talking and thank the technology for this, that we are able to meet each other on this happy occasion from all parts of India. And that is a great thing. That's a great thing. So I'll start with my presentation, wherein we'll go on. So just give me a moment. Yeah. Can you see the screen?
No, sir.
Okay. Now? Hello?
No, sir. The screen is not visible.
Okay. Okay. Can you, Akshita had given you a presentation. Can you share that? We'll start with that.
Okay, you can share me, sir.
Okay.
I'll try with the mine.
Sir, you're not able to share, sir.
Yeah, that's a
So just click on that upper arrow key na, which says share,
yeah.
and then you will see a window which opens on the left side or top, which will be just click on that entire screen. Once you press the share button,
Yeah.
there'll be a window which opens. On the left hand side, there'll be a window where entire screen likha hoga, entire screen.
Yeah.
Click on that and say share.
Yeah.
Just click on that, it'll get highlighted. Just share, then your screen will start sharing.
I'm getting share.
Yeah, you'll have to click on that window, sir. Entire screen.
Entire screen I have clicked.
And then now just click down only again. Share. उसी के नीचे एक share icon होगा नीचे.
Yeah.
Just click on that.
So I'm getting the same window again and again. Just a minute. Huh?
So then probably it's not got clicked. Once you click entire screen, there'll be a kind of a blue arrow around it, and then
yeah.
Akshata, meanwhile, you can remove sir's presentation which sir had shared with us.
Okay.
Yeah. You have it?
No, sir.
Okay. Anand sir.
Yes, sir.
आनंद सर, आपके पास सर का है क्या भेजा हुआ प्रेजेंटेशन?
हाँ, मैं भेजता हूँ.
हाँ, तो आप खाली शेयर कर दीजिए या भेज दीजिए अक्षता को.
Good morning, sir. I am on a webinar. I'll call you back.
अक्षता, आपका वेब WhatsApp वेब कनेक्ट कर लो ना, तो I'll send it to you on Anand sir will send it to you by WhatsApp.
Okay.
The screen.
Sir, आपका screen, we can see your screen now.
Okay.
Your screen is there. Whatever you want to share, you can share, sir. We see that screen. Perfect. Perfect, sir.
Can you see the slide now?
No, sir. We are seeing your screen where the meeting link is open.
Now you can open that slide, sir.
Okay.
So in the background now, start your presentation. Then
Yeah.
it will see on your share screen. So firstly, start your presentation in the background.
Yeah, I've started the presentation.
Okay.
And now.
Now click on the share. Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
I have shared, sir, now.
Okay.
I have shared. You can start. I'll scroll.
So, okay. So today I was going to speak. Sorry for the snafu. This was first time I'm operating a Zoom. Usually I do it at Google Meet. Let's begin with the topic of my talk, and that is Serve the Nation. And the career in the Defense Forces is by far, in my eyes, the best career. And I can only relate another career, maybe IPS or IS with it, but not as good as the career in the armed forces, because here you get to lead your next slide, please. Lead a life which is less ordinary. It is always filled with adventure, learning. And why are we here today? हम लोग यहाँ पर हैं because every generation receives two gifts, freedom and responsibility. And we enjoy freedom today, whether it's freedom of speech, education, opportunities, technology, peace, because someone protects it. And that someone is the Indian Armed Forces. And when we have so much of responsibility and so much is at stake, why not be part of such an organization? Because if we are part of an organization, there will always be a sense of fulfillment कि हम सचमुच कुछ लाजवाब कर रहे हैं, हम सचमुच कुछ देश के लिए कर रहे हैं. Next slide, please. Okay, so when we talk about armed forces, one of the top things, because why is it a top career, is the pay and perks that it provides us, apart from giving us honor, the respect, adventure, and one of the things that will always be there with us, and that is leadership. So you may start small with like leading a platoon of 30, 35 Jawans, and then go on to command 13 lakh people, both officers and men. And that is something which pay and perks cannot equal. So the starting salary itself, as I shared earlier, is 1,25,000 per month. And this is when you are posted in field area. If you are in peace area, it would be around 1 lakh per month, which is by far much higher than what an equivalent in the IS gets. There is free adventure, sports facility, free ration and mess, officers mess facility. And by far one gets a lot of leave. That way the armed forces are able to ensure that the life that you lead does require you serving your home as well. And so you get annual leave, casual leave, medical leave, and even study leave. For example, I went on to do my MBA during the study leave, and you're paid during that time. So 2 years of study leave. And of course, a lot of people know about the canteen facilities, but some of you might not know that there is free medical facilities, and not only for yourself, but for your wife and dependent parents as well. And that continues even after your retirement. Next slide, sir. Okay, I have been introduced, so I'll not go over this slide. But yes, I greatly am thankful to the armed forces for training me to select officers. And that was one of the best things that could have happened to me. Of course, I enjoyed all the adventure when I was in the flying branch. And some of these sorties were really memorable, where we would sneak into the park flying spaces, collect intelligence, and come back. Each moment that we spent there was very, very exciting. And of course, there was always fear, but the excitement was too much, and I can recall that even today. But yes, 7 years I spent selecting officers for the armed forces, and that gave me an opportunity to come out of the armed forces and start training students who wish to become officers in the armed forces. And therefore, I find it a great opportunity to share with all the viewers today that how they can join this so prestigious organization, whether it is Army, Navy, or Air Force, and go on to become officers, lead men, work on equipments which are worth crores. Nobody gives you uh, an aircraft, 500 crores, 700 crores, uh, uh, just after 3 years of or 4 years of joining the service. And you're just taking this machine, and the nation believes that, yes, you'll, you'll hold it and achieve the missions that you have been sent for. Next slide, sir. Okay.
This is the only slides you shared.
What I will do is, I will, meanwhile, people can ask me some questions, and I will send the presentation to you on mail, and then we can run it as well. So any questions from the viewers, you're most welcome. Just give me 2 minutes. Sir, even you can ask some questions so that it breaks the deadlocks.
Good morning, sir, and thanks for joining on this occasion, very auspicious occasion of Independence Day. This is the 18th Independence Day, and today's PM's focus was the Gen Zs and Gen Alpha to be part of in the progress of the country. Now the question comes when a person, a student specifically, wanting to start a career, he definitely have a feeling in him inside that, yes, I have to join Indian Army, Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, or any other armed forces. But he feels two things at a stretch. One is the salary, which you have said now, and the other thing is the way how he has to start with.
Yeah. See, when we are looking for a career in the armed forces, one can start as early as 10th standard and start preparing for NDA. Now, NDA is National Defense Academy, wherein every year they select. They have a selection twice. Once the exam is there in April, and the next time it is there in September. So for one can appear in NDA in 12th standard itself, though a lot of people make a mistake that they appear in after 12th, so they miss out at least one chance. Sorry.
तो 2 इलाके बाकी आने हैं, बाकी सब आ गए, पर अच्छा वेदर हो गया है, पूरा ब्लॉक हो गया हो। हाँ, एक हमारा छोड़ के नंबर।
Sorry.
देखो।
Okay. I'll talk about career in the NDA. So there one gets to
perfect catch.
okay. There's a lot of background. Please switch off your mics. You can ask questions, of course, but please switch off the mics. Okay. Yeah, madam. Yes. So in NDA, one can. I've sent the presentation, sir. We can share that. NDA, as I was speaking, we can start as early as 10th, start preparing for it. It is held twice a year. And there are two papers, one for mathematics and one for the general ability. It is a 900 marks written examination followed by 900 marks of 5-day SSB interview. So the 900 marks preparation should take about 1 year or so, because the course comes from 11th and 12th mostly, but a lot of subjects are covered from 10th also. For example, maths is of 11th, 12th standard, and the physics is of 11th, 12th standard, while history, geography, polity, chemistry, biology, and English are of 10th standard. And the advantage is that while one is training 4 years in the NDA, rather 3 years in the NDA and 1 year in the IMA, INA, or IF, one gets to do graduation, which is totally on government cost. And graduation can be in BE or art subjects. And so one gets to come out from NDA as an engineer and straight away shift the stripes, that he becomes a commissioned officer. So it's a great career. Anand sir, in case you have already received the slides, may I have the slides, please? So, and the next is, if somebody misses NDA, then while one is studying in graduation, one can give combined defense service examination. Anybody, it's conducted by UPSC, so any graduate from any subject, whether an engineer or the only loss is that if somebody is doing engineering, he can only appear in the final year, so he will be appearing in the 4th year, wherein somebody who's doing BA, he could be appearing just in the final year, which is 3rd year itself. So CDS is also conducted twice a year, same April and September, and we have 3 papers in combined defense service examination: a maths, English, and general ability. And the standard is of 10th level only, but because it is conducted by UPSC, the questions are of analytical kind, and a lot of preparation for CDS written part is also required. And then we'll talk about SSB interview. So SSB interview, as I had shared with you earlier, is a 5-day process, and there one goes through screening test, psychological test, group test, and personal interview. It's of 900 marks, and so once again, the SSB interview, whether for NDA or CDS, assesses leadership qualities of a candidate. Now, when we are talking about leadership qualities, there might be different opinions, but as a selector and as a trainer and mentor, I personally would suggest students that they should give a lot of emphasis on knowledge. Because when you're going to lead men, you're going to lead men based on knowledge and then equal them with courage, valor, determination, physical fitness. Because when you're going to lead men, unless you're knowledgeable, you will not be able to show them the right path. And how does Services Selection Board judge knowledge? So they have very robust system, and that system is worldwide, called Services Selection Board system, wherein they make a candidate go through psychological personal interview. Anand sir, if you can hear me, you can share the slides now, the other
I have
presentation.
not received your mail. Can you send me on Gmail? I have given you on your WhatsApp.
Okay. So apart from knowledge, one has to work on physical fitness. So the physical fitness aspect starts early in life. So keep participating in sports in school and no, I have not received the WhatsApp, sir.
I've sent you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So in school and college, keep participating in sports. Have a sports and exercise is a very good way of keeping yourself fit, and that not only helps in the fitness part, but it also helps us remain focused and also perform well in studies. Because if one is fit, naturally the हमारा immune system also work very well, and we are able to do justice with whatever we are doing. So as a student, if one is physically fit, one will be able to do much better than in studies, rather than somebody thinking ki I am wasting time because I'm engaging in sports. That is not the that is maybe a misconception. So that is one part of second part of preparation. And the third part of preparation that I would suggest is keep yourself abreast with the current affairs, national and international, because when one has good hold on current affairs, one would be able to have a wider perspective of the world around them, rather than a myopic perspective, because the world around us is not as simple as it looks. For example, let me talk about say US-Iran war. Now Iran has been a friendly nation to us, and so has been Russia, and so has been the US. But US has taken sides of Pakistan whenever there has been any issue related with India and Pakistan. So it's a world which we have to understand, and we need to know the geopolitics. And unless we know geopolitics, we read newspaper. When I say read newspaper, please, students, please keep in mind that we must not read headlines. because headlines are so misleading. Read in depth and details, and then only you will understand that why. For example, I was talking about US-Iran war. Iran is a majority Shia nation, and all the Shia countries in the world are in the Russian group, wherein all the Sunni countries in the world, Sunni majority countries in the world, are in the US bloc. And when Russia was forced to open a frontier on Ukraine, and all the US attention was diverted to Ukraine, what choice does Russia have? As a military leader, he has to have another frontier open. And the timing is always very important. So the US-Iran war is not going to come down or stop unless a similar ceasefire happens in Russia-Ukraine conflict. Now, I know you might not have seen this in TV, but when we know blocks and when we know military, then we are able to analyze much deeper and understand. Okay, since my presentations are here, so thank you so much, Anand sir. Please continue moving ahead. So yeah, slides. Yes, next. Okay. We'll start from here. So let me finish what I was talking about, US-Iran war. Of course, now the US bloc has to divide its attention between supporting Ukraine and fighting against Iran. So Russia would be able to resolve the conflict which it had to open on Ukraine front on much better terms, but not in a very short time only. So it will take some time. So let me come back to armed forces. So I was talking about leadership opportunity earlier. Yes. So I was talking about leadership opportunities earlier. At 21 years of age, you would be commanding up to 120 soldiers, 30 to 120. And no other profession hands over this much responsibility to you from day one. Next slide, sir. Okay, and since you would come out from NDA or CDS as a graduate, and a lot of you would become technical graduate, that is B or B Tech, you will get an opportunity to work on artificial intelligence, drones, robotics, cyber warfare, space technology, satellites, data analytics, and that gives you immense exposure, because you will not just be operating this system, you will be repairing them, maintaining them, and when you come out as learned leaders, MNCs are also an opportunity where you can join in. If you leave early, you join it at a lower rung. If you leave late, that is after 60, you can join as directors or as contractors, support contractors. so that your career continues and you don't just sit back that I have retired and I'm not leading a eventful life or I'm not being part of the nation's progress. Next slide, sir. And when we talk about adventure, a lot of people can only think about sports. But this adventure is of different kind. You know, for example, this photograph where this submarine is sailing. This sea all around, and the chaps don't even have a line or rope attached to them. They slip and fall and they're in sea. So similarly, these commandos who are coming down of an helicopter, the helicopter need not touch down, you know. It will not waste its time touching down and, stopping its rotors. No, they'll just slip down, disengage themselves with the rope and they'll go on with their mission. And if you're serving in the northern regions like Leh or J&K, your daily patrolling may involve some kind of, snow climbing or, hill climbing, trekking. And all these challenges expose you to dangers. And when you are working so close to danger, you rely on your soldiers, your fellow officers to save you, like you would save them. So a brotherhood develops. And this brotherhood is not, give and take wala brotherhood. This brotherhood is of life-saving wala brotherhood. So even whether you are posted or not posted or after retirement living in the same city or not living in the same city, lifelong bonds, man, lifelong bonds and teamwork and camaraderie and you would give anything for those with whom you have served with. Next slide, sir. And of course, all the while you join as a very raw student who has a lot of dreams and who thinks that, he's now made a career. But you will continue to grow, not only in your discipline, confidence, physical fitness, or mental toughness, your communication, decision making, teamwork, emotional resilience. And these qualities will continue to make you a better person. So now I'm not talking about just male students. I'm talking about female students as well. And these qualities will make you successful in all walks of life. And when I say all walks of life, I'm not just talking about your retirement. I'm talking, or post-retirement. I'm talking about your family life as well. Very few, the word is not correct, few of you will have a disturbed family life, though you will be living separated from each other half your life. Because of this emotional resilience, because of this communication, because of this discipline, conduct. Next slide, sir. So you get a very good family life, very, very good family life. The qualities. Next slide, sir. And like I had already spoken about NDA and CDS, these two examinations, I'll also be sharing a PDF with you on the same. So all the viewers, all the attendees will get this in a PDF form so that you can use it later. So apart from that, Central Armed Police Forces also UPSC conducts it, but this is only once a year, and this is also while studying in graduation. And you will continue after completing your graduation. In case you have already completed, you can still give up to 25 years of age. Next slide, sir. Now, NDA I had already talked about that it has 2 papers. The same is displayed on the slide. Next slide, sir. Same with CDS, there are 3 papers, but all the 3 papers of 10th level only. It's just like UPSC conducts prelims. It's of 10th standard, but the prelims is pretty tough to crack. So yeah, one has to do a lot of studies. So I would expect questions from our viewers ki why it requires a lot of studies, and how much should be enough, and how should one do it. Next slide, sir. Okay, so apart from the written examination, there is also a way to become an officer on the basis of marks. So if one scores good marks in the board or in the joint entrance examination, shortly called JEE, you can apply and you will get a call letter for 5-day interview, because that 5-day interview will be there whether you go through your written examination or whether you go through on basis of marks. Similarly, if you've done BTech and have more than 60% marks in your graduation, even while studying in graduation, in the final year you can apply. So up to the 3rd year, if you have more than 60% marks, you can apply. There are different branches, and you can apply through. I will also list down where to apply. So you will get a call letter once again for SSB interview. Law graduate as well, and NCCC certificate holder. So those of you who want to don uniform generally or are very keen towards uniform, join NCC A certificate, B certificate, C certificate. So if you have A or B grading and you're graduate with more than 50% marks, then even on the basis of marks, you will get a 5-day interview call letter. Next slide, sir. Now, that 5-day interview process, now this was my Karm Bhumi on the background, which is Selection Center Bhopal. And I served here for 5 years at one go, and then I was posted out and again brought back here for another 2 years, post which I started training students after my premature retirement. So selection in SSB is a 2-stage process. The stage 1, which happens on the first day, which is also called a screening test. And this test is pretty simple, just like the stage 2, which is for the next 4 days. Another simple test. Remember, the tests are simple, but the level to qualify requires work. So next slide, sir. So this is the day-wise schedule, that on day 1 you have screening test, on day 2 psychological test and interview for some candidates, that is personal interview, and day 3 you have group test and interview for some candidate. The remaining part of group tests are conducted on day 4 and interview for the remaining candidates. And on day 5, there's a conference wherein they announce the results, whether one is recommended in the services selection board or not. Next slide, sir. Now, this is what I was talking about, that how to apply for the armed forces. Now, for UPSC entries like NDA, CDS and CAPF, one has to apply on UPSC website, the government's website, www.upsc.gov.in. And for on the basis of marks, one would be applying on joinindianarmy.nic.in, and similarly for the Indian Navy, joinindiannavy.gov.in, and for Indian Air Force, in order to appear in the Air Force Common Admission Test, one would be applying in the link given below. And even one can go in the Coast Guard, which are expanding in a great way, which are also just like CAPF, and support Indian Army, Navy, and Air Force. And you can apply on joinindiancoastguard.gov.in. Next slide, sir. Now, like I was talking about that journal preparation to pass the services selection board, which is a 5-day interview process. So a lot of people think that, it's a practical process wherein one has to practically show their leadership or, write some stories or answer some interview questions. But in my 16 years of mentorship and training students and 7 years as selector in the armed forces, I can assure you that if your knowledge level is not good, you cannot pass services selection board. So some people have this habit of reading wide variety of books, publications, magazines, newspaper, right from the childhood, 8th standard, 7th standard. But there are some students who totally engage in books, and they do not target competitive exam. They would rather, when I say competitive examination, those conducted by the UPSC, because IAS prelims is same. The same kind of preparation would be required for passing the prelims. So if you have not been doing it, it will not take much time, say 6 to 8 months, that much, devoting 2 to 3 hours a day, read English newspaper and magazines. I have a blog. I discuss geopolitics and articles related to India's growth, and you can read them, and within 6 months you should be ready to participate actively as a leader in services selection board. But the services selection board expects you to participate in English, as I'm doing in this seminar, thinking that some of you would be from southern India and might not be so comfortable in Hindi. Now, the same thing happens in services selection. When you go there in your group test or in your so you can't talk to your group in Hindi. One odd sentence is okay, but not totally in Hindi. So similarly, the psychological tests are in English. So please improve your communication skills in English so that you are able to convey what you wish to convey as a leader. So watch English news and debates on TV, and slowly you will develop the vocab necessary. And give your lectures in English. So it is very important to practice public speaking. So choose some topic, on which you would like to talk to your friends and speak on those topics in English. And of course, if you want to join Indian Armed Forces, like if you wanted to join, say, Air India, you would like to know, you should be knowing that there is an Airbus, there is 737, Boeing 737, and this and that. So similarly, if you want to join Indian Armed Forces, you should know what tank, guns, aircraft, ships, and submarines. Not in maybe depth in detail, but at least you should know the names. And of course, I had already spoken about exercising regularly. One more thing that I always stress on my student, which might, I don't know if Gen Z is open to it, is meditation. You see, when you're working so hard, for your boards also, for your physical also, it is very important that when you are able to do all this with minimum required sleep. And when you meditate daily, about twice a day, you will require minimum of sleep. So you have more hours available to learn. Plus your focus, memory improves. you become a much calmer person. Now, a lot of Gen Z have this problem of, watching a lot of reels, and because of which reels are deliberately made a very short duration, and so the attention span is very little. When the attention span is very little, it's very difficult to understand a subject in depth and detail, because one has to remember what one read 2 paragraphs back, so as to be able to relate to what one is reading now. And of course, it is heartening to see some of our viewers very well dressed, and that is so very important, because when we dress well, we know that a certain responsible behavior is expected out of us. The world is looking on to us. And you can dress well in Indian dress as well. I'm not saying just wear the Western dress. So wear clean, nice, ironed clothes, good shoes. That will help you. Okay. And next slide, sir. And this is my blog I was talking about. I keep giving articles and topics on this blog. It is free because it's a blog. You can read from here and know these subjects much more in detail from a selector's point of view. Because the same subject can be covered at a very low level by somebody else. He may not go in so depth and details, or his analysis may be dependent on colored facts. I'm not saying wrong facts, but facts can be colored. The same facts can be colored. So it is very important that the color should be which paints India towards its glory. So we see the good side of everything. And there is always a bad side. So what do we do then? Do we see only the good side? No. We have solution for the bad side. Good, it's okay. There will always be flaws in anything, but we should not focus on flaws. We should focus on solutions. As a leader, we have to be solution oriented. And that is why my blogs become very relevant, because they teach students to have solutions. Otherwise, people think that they know solutions. For example, dowry. They think that there is dowry in India because government is not doing enough. Now, people who don't know solutions tend to blame everything on the government. And for them, the government is not the legislature, the executive, and the law. For them, the government is just Modi and his cabinet. No, डाउरी का सॉल्यूशन गवर्नमेंट ने तो लॉ बना दिया कि डाउरी के लिए ये पनिशमेंट्स हैं, बट उससे डाउरी हटेगी नहीं, उससे डाउरी के लिए डर बैठ जाएगा, इतना होगा. अब जो लोग फिर भी नहीं डर रहे हैं, उन्हें ये तो समझना होगा कि इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या है. उसका सॉल्यूशन है अपनी बेटियों को सक्षम बनाना, अपनी बेटियों को सिखाना कि वो अपनी हैसियत में प्यार करें. They should love an individual who's equivalent to them in education, in occupation, and maybe financially. Because whenever a girl starts looking too far higher up, she's inviting the corrupt to ask for dowry. So the solution does not lie in making stricter and stricter laws. The solution lies in कि डाउरी को अगर खत्म करना है तो बेटियों को सक्षम बनाना है. We have to empower them with education, with jobs, with financial security, and also ensure that they choose a suitor who's equivalent to them. Okay, so next slide, sir. This is a book written by me. 5th edition is already out last year, and it is selling on Amazon and Flipkart. And it covers all the tests, whether it is OIR test and PPDT, psychological test, GTO test, personal interview. Very simple, easy to understand explanations with practical examples and some exercises so that you can do similar tests there in Services Selection Board. And it also includes geopolitics with maps, the color pictures of our weapons, so that you don't have to refer somewhere else when you're preparing for the armed forces. Next slide, sir. These are my social presence, and of course I'll be sharing the PDF with you. So Anand sir would be kind enough to share that, and people can even contact me directly, WhatsApp me, DM me, and I'll. It is my life's mission to help out everyone who wishes to join. So join the armed forces. Okay. Next slide, sir. So last में a tribute to our martyrs who laid down their lives so that India could breathe in freedom. माखनलाल चतुर्वेदी की ये लाइन जरूर बोलना चाहूंगा. मुझे तोड़ लेना वनमाली, मुझे तोड़ लेना वनमाली, उस पर देना तुम फेंक. मुझे तोड़ लेना वनमाली, उस पथ पर देना तुम फेंक, मातृभूमि पर शीश चढ़ाने जिस पथ जाए वीर अनेक. Thank you. The house is open for questions. Any questions from your side, sir?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your very nice presentation and very nice doha.
Any questions?
Yes, I invite all the participants to share their question and or queries in chat box. If you prefer, you may also ask your question directly by unmuted yourself.
Okay, I think any one of you senior lord can break the ice by asking questions so that the others are also encouraged.
Yeah. There is a Dr. Sundar Kataria has raised our CMD. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Really, indeed, I enjoyed. I attended your entire presentation, Commander Rathore Sahab.
Thank you,
And
sir.
though I never been in the army or defense, but I had a feel of it. Why I'm saying I have feel of it, when I was in college, so I joined NCCR. For 3 years, I served NCCR. So that was a very exciting journey. So you could develop your radially all the aspect of your life. whether you take discipline, you take the dress code, whether you have a teamwork, whether you are that time we had 3.3 rifle which we had to carry. It was so heavy, and and we were also allowed to shoot. And by the way, once I was a good shooter also, but it gave me. And every year we used to go for camp. That was also big learning how to work as a teamwork and how to take care of each other. What are the first aid, how you rescue people. I mean, I can say overall, I was very much interested, and it gave me a lot of inputs. And that was a good thing to learn from you, from horse's mouth, I should say. And you could touch upon each and every aspect of life where people are really worried about the defense. But it's an exciting journey, indeed. Thank you much. God
Thank
bless
you,
you.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, with your permission, I have a small question. So,
Yes.
how is it that is it actually factual that lesser people are moving towards career defenses, or that is a myth? Question number one. Question number two is uh, getting into the armed forces and making a career with them and serving the nation, because it has dual perspectives of looking at it. One is serving the nation with pride, and two is making a career out of it and making a living out of it. How do you feel that more should be done at grassroots levels to invite more of the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas to be a part of this initiative? Because let me go back to my school. My school didn't have a single session, because I think the motivation of joining the armed forces comes. What my observation is that people within the family, the kids tend to move in that direction. But people like me who do not have a defense background or do not have anyone in the armed forces, it becomes a little difficult, because one, we don't know the way. The school doesn't promote enough of that there is this where you can serve your nation with pride and also make a beautiful living for yourself. So how where do you think the issue is, or I am ill informed?
Sir, yeah, that's a very interesting question. And the first part is whether student. So, if we see India today, a lot of people have moved from lower middle class to middle class, and from below party line to lower middle class. And initially, during my days, when I was studying, 80s, there usually defense would invite people, aspirants. I wouldn't say invite, aspirants. So, who are the aspirants? Because so much of knowledge and attention to physical fitness and everything is required. Uh, a preparation is required. So if you remember those days, 80s, people would move from Bihar and UP to Rajendra Nagar in Delhi, or Allahabad University would have a separate hostel for those preparing for IS. Now, somebody leaving their hometown and moving for a preparation of 2 years requires money. And this aspiration was there in the upper middle class and those from elite sections. Now, slowly, this class has also has so much of money now in India now, upper middle class and the elite, that whatever the armed forces has to offer, they tend to buy it. Now, those who move from below party line to lower middle class and from lower middle class to middle class are the new aspirants. And the number is very high. But somehow there is a misconception floating around that you don't have to prepare. And it is there where there's so much of rejection. Rather, when I appeared in my SSB way back in 1985, I am All India topper, a 1985 batch. So when I appeared, there was no screening test, the stage one that I talked about in the Services Selection Board. But so many candidates started appearing that now we have to put a screening test in that 5-day process. But overall, there is a shortage of 7,000 officers in the armed forces. Now, this shortage, of course, is a backlog, and it's not easy to fill it in, say, 2-3 years or 4 years or 5 years. It will take a decade at least. So there are a lot of vacancies, which gives a impression that students are not joining. They are coming in large number, but they are not preparing. So they're not preparing. And the second part of question, can you kindly repeat, because
I was saying, do we do enough to promote this at school levels, where seminars are done by defense within school campuses, and that this is a option, because
Yes,
that is
sir.
something which we don't hear of. And जैसे आपने जैसे example दिया, like in Maharashtra typically, where I belong, you see a lot of these police academy के लिए जो trainings होते हैं, तो you'll see बैरिकेड्स हो गया, 7 किलोमीटर का उनका रन का हो गया, पीपल आर स्लीपिंग ओवर देयर, गांव गांव से लोग आते हैं, एंड इन ह्यूमंगस नंबर्स दे कम, probably because at that level becoming a havaldar or getting into the police, so that's more popular amongst the sector. But the defense services, वो पॉपुलैरिटी मेरे हिसाब से नहीं है, बिकॉज एज आई सेड, पार्डन माई इग्नोरेंस, बिकॉज हम उस बैकग्राउंड से नहीं है और हमें उसका पता नहीं है. तो अगर स्कूल में जैसे सर फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग जैसे आपने कहा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड आई एम श्योर ऑल स्कूल्स हैव a dedicated time to promote physical activities, and now schools are doing by inclusion of yoga, so that portion I'm sure they're working. But are they making the kids aware कि ये एक arena है, ये एक you can do multiple disciplines, and it's a big arena which is open.
Yes, sir. Most of the good schools have counselors,
Okay.
so they are able to guide students. But let me talk about numbers, so
जी, जी.
it will become a lot more clearer. Now, in IIT, there are about 20,000 seats, including general category and the reserved category. 20,000 seats. In NDA, there are 400. So if we take the whole year, 800. So now, if a student prepares for NDA, he has to prepare it full time, because the syllabus of IT does not match NDA. But same is with NEET. There's thousands of vacancies, thousands. But NDA so less. So very less candidate aspire towards this side, because if they fail in NDA, then they'll have to take a drop, prepare for IT or NEET, and then same in graduation. If one is preparing for civil services, 2 years of preparation, and one is preparing for CDS, 2 years of preparation, 1 year of preparation. If they start early, they have an advantage. So I would say that start early, you have an advantage, you don't have to take a drop, and one can ensure selection.
And my last question, sir, do you think India is moving like other countries like Singapore or others, where military service or defense service for 2 years is a mandate for all residents of that country? Do you think that shortage of 7,000 at some point of time, this will come? Because you see much better individuals where everyone has to serve the country for a period of 2 years, but that I don't think we see in India.
Yes, sir. So the answer of it lies in a word called conscription. And now, when we talk about conscription, we have to understand that joining as an Agniveer or a Jawan, in हमारा जो आम भाषा में कहते हैं जवान, is okay for conscription. We can't have officers in compulsory service. So, because for that leadership is required, and leadership means knowledge. So unless this officer has knowledge of arms, their operation, maintenance, and tactics, where to use, how much to use. जैसे मैं एक एग्जांपल लूं सर, कि हमारे पास तो बजूका है. अब आपने अक्सर न्यूज में देखा होगा कि a terrorist is hiding in a house and he's firing from that house. Now we have a bazooka. We can just blow the house. एक ऐसा 2 शेल मार देंगे, हाउस के साथ ही टेररिस्ट उड़ जाएगा. बट हम उसकी माँ को लेके आते हैं, उसके भाई को लेके आते हैं, स्पीकर से अनाउंस करते हैं, प्लीज कम आउट, है ना, आपकी माँ आपसे बात करना चाहती है, सरेंडर कर दो. ही कीप्स ऑन फायरिंग, and because he's hidden and we are exposed, 1 or 2 jawans or officer dies. They get martyred. So this asymmetric war has to be fought with certain conscience, moral values and ethics. It cannot be fought by valor alone. And this conscience, ethics, discipline has to be inculcated in a leader. Otherwise, मैं बंदूक लेके गाड़ी में बैठा हूँ, जा रहा हूँ श्रीनगर में. अब नहीं होता, पहले होता था, आज से 4-5 साल पहले ये सब होता था कि हम गाड़ियों में जा रहे हैं और पत्थर मारते थे. सर, मेरे पास लोडेड गन है, मुझे कोई पत्थर मार रहा है, मैं क्यों नहीं उस पर फायर कर रहा हूं सर? क्योंकि वो हिंदुस्तानी है. और ये मुझे समझ में आता है तो मैं अपने जवान को काबू में रख सकता हूं. तो लीडर्स पैदा करना इतना इजी नहीं है सर. तो यस, कंस्क्रिप्शन इज ओके एट ए जवान लेवल, जिसके लिए हमने एक, बिकॉज वी हैव ए लार्ज पॉपुलेशन, हमने एक दूसरा रास्ता चुना, जो कि अभी डॉक्टर साहब ने भी बताया था कि ही जॉइंड एनसीसी या इस तरह की एनएसएस. तो ये रास्ते भी हमारे लिए बहुत ही फ्यूचर सपोर्टर्स एंड क्रिएटर्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं आर्म फोर्सेस के लिए, हिंदुस्तानियों के लिए, कि कभी कोई एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पार्ट रहते हैं तो उनके नंबर हमारे पास हैं, उनमें वो जज्बा है कि देश के लिए काम करना है, तो फिर ये सपोर्ट रोल में हमारे साथ रहें, रेदर देन एक्शन रोल में, जहां एक जवाबदेही तय करनी होती है सर, कि हम बजूका नहीं यूज करते.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It's been an honor listening to you, sir, and got a lot to know. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question?
Any Gen Z in the audience, please?
I am Gen Z, sir.
Okay, you can also ask.
Actually, I am 1 year. I have experience in NCC and NSS camp.
Yeah.
1 month actually in both sides, and then I dropped because of the COVID. My mother didn't allow to go college, so my dream is also for in defense. I really love commando stories and all.
So बहुत सारा प्रिपरेशन रिक्वायर्ड होगा. जैसा जो मैंने बात करी, बिल्कुल आप देखिए, सबसे अच्छी बात क्या है किसी भी प्रिपरेशन की? सबसे अच्छी बात क्या है कि वी डोंट लूज एनीथिंग, वी ओनली गेन। हमें फायदा ही होता है, नुकसान तो कुछ होता नहीं।
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि हम फिजिकली फिट हो जाएंगे, हमारा ही फायदा है। हम नॉलेजेबल हो जाएंगे, हमारा ही फायदा है। तो आप भी मेरे ब्लॉग पढ़िए और मेरी बुक एक खरीद लीजिए, या मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल है उसको फॉलो करिए, मेरा इंस्टा चैनल को फॉलो करिए, उस पर मैं ज़रूर आर्टिकल्स वगैरह देता रहता हूँ, और इंटरव्यू को भी कैसे पास करें उसका भी देता रहता हूँ। बिल्कुल फॉलो करिए। यस,
जरूर सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
ओके।
So that I think there is no other question, so I'm moving forward with
So we'll log off here.
One second, sir. She'll share something.
Okay.
This is our feedback form website. Feedback form, please register on www.sadgunsang.org and go in your login and give feedback. ICS is placed to provide you all its research and development, integrated management system QMS, EMS and HOSMS, excellence in education management, ISO made easy in Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, Hindi. Our recent publication written by Dr. Sundar Kataria sir is Urja Thermal, Oil and Gas and Nuclear, Jung Se Jung Tak, Fight with Rush, Corrosion, Causes and its mitigation. Thank you for being a part of Sadgun sir. Feel free to contact us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We are officially closing the today's Sadgun sir. Thank you for being the part of this. Have a great day all.